another episode of the Maine Bushcrafter. Might possibly be my last episode. This is a very good possibility. This may well be the last film I might be making. Not really sure at this time. Let's see how things go this weekend. If they don't go good, you probably won't be seeing any new videos for quite some time. But that's neither here nor there. Right now, I've been on my bicycle checking out a bug out scenario for getting out of town. I've been on my bike for maybe 3 hours before I got here. I've been here before. But I just wanted to see what it was going to be like if I had to leave town real quick. And I wasn't able to take my vehicle with me. I'll tell you, it's not an easy task, but today's main goal. So what I'm going to do is we'll scout out the area, see what the viability of long-term sustainability is for here, as far as food sources and everything goes. We'll see if we can find a place to set up a camp. Maybe we'll go into, depending upon whether I can find any decent trails or not, some of the aspects of survival trapping and things like that. But I'm going to see if I can catch my breath here, and I'll be back to you. Well, been carting along for a while here. Haven't seen a whole lot for a variety of edible foods thus far. Mostly it's, I guesstimate maybe 30 to 50-year-old growth. There are some signs that this used to be farmland, so it's a lot of spruce, a lot of quick-growing trees. But as far as plants in the undergrowth goes, that are really edible, it gives you a good variety. I haven't found any yet, but still got another 5 hours before I get head home before we run out of dark. So we'll carry on. Catch you later. Well, pretty awesome looking treat behind me, huh? We'll have to take a ride up there, or walk up there rather. Certainly not going to ride up, that's for sure. 45 minutes back to where I left my bicycle and back to here. Screw that, I'm going to climb up. I'll find a way. I always do. Maybe. Quite a trip down there. I'd say it's a good, 50 feet maybe. And that over that little ledge where we were just a few minutes ago. It actually wasn't that bad of a climb up here. It wasn't a technical climb at all. I found a way around to get up here. But, there's a lot of woods here. Very easy place to lose yourself, get lost, intentionally or otherwise. And, while I'm taking a break here, trying to cool down a little bit. It's probably about, I don't know, low to mid 80s probably. Very humid. Had a lot of rain last night. Trees are all wet, cloudy over. Still a lot of sun shining through. A lot of bugs. Coming up here, I was, don't know what there is for wildlife here. I'm guessing there's at least deer. Seen some sign of that, some trails and stuff. Might also be a bear in the near area. At one point, coming up the mountain, it was shadowed by something to my port side that was big and black. So I'm guessing it was probably a bear. It may have been a moose, a smaller one, but I'm not really positive. I didn't see it clear enough. And frankly, this time of year, you don't want to go chasing down bears just in case it's a sow with a couple of cubs. It can get very dangerous if you encroach upon their territory, if their cubs are around. So, not something you want to do, even on a good day. But I want to talk a minute here about bushcrafting and the woodsman's ways and surviving and all that. I had a bunch of different conversations over the last month or so with several different people, some of whom I respect and others whom I have absolutely no respect for. But the conversations all went pretty much the same for the most part. There's a couple of exceptions, but everybody talks about the skills you need to survive, but a lot of people forget about the two most important things that you need to survive. One of them rather, is knowledge, of course. And the drawback to that is that too many people put their knowledge in the fancy tools that they have, the different kinds of fire starters and different kinds of weapons and different kinds of knives and different kinds of axes and you name it. The list goes on and on. Your survivability depends upon the tool and not the knowledge of how to not only use that tool, but how to get the same job done without that tool, with maybe using a different one. You know, there's a lot of things you can do with a knife. You can also do with an axe, if you get the right one, provided you have the knowledge to know how to use it properly. But the most important one is your willingness to survive. Survival skills are easy to pick up. They're not so easy to live by. Too often you hear these stories of these hunters that go out in the woods and they get lost and they can't be found. And it turns out they're fairly close to the roadways, and they've got all kinds of resources about them to survive with. But for some reason or another, they just aren't able to survive the way that they could. When you go out into the woods to survive, you should do so with the intent of not only surviving but thriving. And you can only do that if you have the right mindset. Hey, there's another hiker out here today, or whatever it was that was shadowing me is coming up. Hard to tell for sure. There's a lot of dripping going on with rain dripping off the trees and drying off. Doesn't take much to get a shower going that makes a noise, but there's something over there, but I can't really tell for sure what it is. It's not close enough. I think it's a deer, but I'm not sure. I'm going to turn the camera and see if you can pick it out. Down in there somewhere. Seems I'm not alone in more than one way. More than one way is a squirrel is trying to come out and see if I'm going to feed it, I guess. Sun's coming out, which means the temps are going to soar even more. Mr. Squirrel is angry. At any rate, get back to it. I don't know if you can see the steam coming off my back or not. Evaporation of my sweat. That's how hot it is today. But at any rate, as we go on through this series, if I'm able to do any more, we're going to talk a lot about attitude. As far as what you're willing to do and not willing to do to be able to survive in the woods. I can do it to an extent. I'm getting older. My knees creak a lot when I'm climbing uphill under a pack, but this sort of thing. But you younger guys out there, there's absolutely no reason why you wouldn't be able to, you know, take your basic survival kit, which I went through in a couple of videos ago, and with what's in there, actually thrive in the woods. So far, like I said, I haven't seen anything worth eating today. A couple of yew trees, which are poisonous, bracken, ostrich farm, which when they're in their fiddlehead stages are very good to eat. It's too late in the year for them though. You can eat them, but it's very bitter, very hard on your stomach, so I wouldn't recommend it this time of year. Also saw some bunch berries coming up, but they weren't, the heads weren't formed on them, so at the stage they're in now, they look too much like a couple of other different types of plants that can be harmful or poisonous to you. So I'm not going to show you those in this stage. Later on in the year, like I said, if I'm still doing videos, we'll come back when they're in flower, and I'll show you what they look like. But I think it's time to mount up and head on either further up the mountain or down the mountain. Not quite sure yet, but we'll see in just a few. I got to do a battery change anyways. You can see, riding along on my bicycle, that area in there, parts of it I don't really want to show you, because part of the secret to maintaining a secure location is to not show anybody where it is. I didn't want to do that, so I'm going to go to another location. It's another probably 20 miles from here, that I know there are some food sources, and I'll be back when we get there. Until then, wish me a good ride.